Carissa Moore is out there in heat number 2 here at the Corona Open J-Bay of the opening round, up against Gabriella Bryan, the rookie who's been on an absolute tear this year. And Tia Blanco, the wildcard, gets an opportunity. I've seen her in the warm-up sessions, getting heaps of waves, getting familiar with this location and ready to shake things up here. Let's have a look at the replay of Bryan's wave. Been so impressed with her surfing this year, Rosie.
I'm so impressed with Gabriela and her equipment. Since El Salvador, I just feel like her on a right-hand point break is going to be really hard to beat, as we see her lining up a lot of speed, a lot of flow. She widens that stance to really make it through the lumps and bumps on this wave. So this wasn't the best wave selection from Gabriella Bryan of what we've seen this morning, but you can tell that her flow's looking good, equipment's looking good, and hopefully she can find something better to get some work done.
Your expectations of what it's going to do down the line, you just, all you're thinking is perfect J-Bay, and it can change pretty quickly. As we see Carissa now getting herself into her opening ride here in 2022. Let's see what she can do on some kind of run, back-to-back world titles, and chasing a third straight, chasing her 6th at the moment. Just incredible what she's been able to do this year. She's been super strong, plenty of finals, but just the one win, looking for a second here at J-Bay.
So consistent, you know, and it just knows how to surf each venue. She taps into those local knowledge, and this is a place that you would have to say that she's a favorite.
Slice through the face. Carissa just has a bit of a heavier back foot, so she's able to really power through it.
She definitely does. There's a lot of power. She slices through, able to hold on that rail. A lot of confidence in the equipment. But yeah, such a great wave from Carissa. She's really leaning on the experience, like you said, local knowledge that she's tapping into, but also just the confidence, knowing that you're the defending champion at a venue, knowing a wave so well, and really just getting back into that groove.
That is a huge advantage. We'll talk more about that in a moment, but right now we've got Gabriella up on her second ride. She backed to 4 to kick things off, so a pretty reasonable start for the youngster, as she just looks to get herself in front of her rivals here, looking for a nice finish on the inside. Does well to hang on to the finish. That low center of gravity really working in her favor in these tricky conditions at the moment. She's
a quick learner too. You know, I think that you look at what she was able to do on the Challenger Series, you know, getting all the way to the finals at the US Open, which is beach break, and then going to Ericeira and getting the finals there. And she's showcasing it right here, getting the biggest number of the day so far. And a lot of it was due to that first turn. Very aggressive first turn, great second turn. It's not a big wave, but it was, you know, you think about it, she surfed that potential of that wave up, in my opinion.
Most definitely. And Rosie, I think it's the first time that we've seen a competitor really lean into the move and push the fins, especially that second maneuver. You know, fins almost broke through the water.
And then as they fly out over it, they're landing right on the rock. Look at this one, Carissa flying out the back. It's going to see what she does on the inside of this one as well.
Yeah, Carissa started with that big 6.33, but Gabriella Bryan has answered back. She just had a 6.67. So now Carissa's after a 4.35 to get herself back into the #1 position.
It's so cool to see. I mean, Gabriella, she just has such a heavy foot in those maneuvers that she carries. It's so strong. It's so different looking and the judges are taking notice.
That as we see Tia up and riding.
Well, Tia on her second ride now, and biding her time nicely, just waiting for this wave to slow up to allow a big hit. And she's going to get a little tangled up with the lip there and go down. 24.5 minutes remaining, and Gabriella Bryan, the rookie, out in front.
Yeah, Carissa, I mean, obviously put in that second place position by Gabriella Bryan. She wants to make this one count. The dolphins out the back, beautiful visuals. So it takes a while for Carissa to really sink her teeth into this wave. Kind of flat, open face for her. Winds through those cutback maneuvers. Finds a bit of vision here on the inside section. Doesn't quite get covered up, but good to see her just get that flow going. So it's good to see this kind of play out, and like you said, Pete, like really fall into line with what we're seeing and how we're capturing the surfing at the moment.
And we're all passionate, right? We're all going to have our favorites. We're all going to. It's just, you know, it's how
I don't play favorites.
No, but you know what I'm saying.
Not this level, mate. You can't play favorites. Here we go. Here's Tia taking off.
Let me explain myself.
Let's see what she can do. She really just wants to improve on that 2.33. and lessen this requirement. It's a big one, 8.34. I mean, the highest number of the day so far, 6.67. So
is you have to be doing every little thing that much better than your competitor to stand out, to make that impact.
Most definitely. 14 minutes remaining here, and Gabriella Bryan leads this heat and is now trying to get rid of a 4 to put some pressure on the 5-time world champion. This one is going to get away from her, though. And much like Breezer in that first heat, she's done so much right, but that was a mistake that she's going to have to recover from. Well, she's checked one of those boxes. She will be Rookie of the Year, and now has a great opportunity to really lift her position on the rankings and potentially give herself a shot at a world title in a rookie season. But Carissa Moore, she's going to try and just hold that run just a little bit with this ride. She needs a 4.35 out of this one to get herself back into the #1 position and potentially into the quarterfinals here. Nice hit, this wave. A nice flow to it. You can just see some of that texture starting to dissipate, and it's cleaning up a little bit here as Carissa brings this one through to the inside. Goes to the layback jam. A lot of power on a tricky section. Bit of foam on the face. No dramas for the 5-time world champion. Well, here it is, the first excellent score of the event, 8.17, Pete. Take us through it.
Yeah, and this is just, look at the wall. It's a little steeper on the face, much better than the wave she had previously, which was more flatter on the face. And this one kind of turned the corner and came back at her. That's the section I was talking about. She really laid into that. And again, backs it up with another different style carve and finishes it on the bricks all the way at the very end. So this is our first excellent number, pretty clear cut.
Yeah, Carissa, I think, she's got that big rail carve road.
But also that delayed bottom turn for that first section. Just such a nice connection with what the flow of the wave was allowing.
Oh, here goes Tia on a good size set wave. And this is exactly what she needed at this time in the heat. Nice turn to get started. The winner of the Ultimate Surfer earning these wildcard opportunities. And this is a beautiful looking wall. Nice clean flow at the moment. We'll need a big high impact finish if she's going to chip away at the requirement. And break combination here. Nice turn. And this wave standing up, but just gets a little lost on the bottom and doesn't get that final big maneuver on that critical end section. So 8 minutes to go. It'll be Tia's best, but will it help her break combination?
It is going to be tricky here. Gabriela's got a beautiful wave lining up for her.
Oh, they're starting to march in sets now. And Gabriella starts with a really strong opening maneuver. Again, into the pocket, mixing it up, but keeping that down the line flow and plenty of speed as she drives into the lip for a third time, just transitioning now. As she gets into a couple more hits through the inside. This wave's starting to slow up. It's got a good pace to it, and it's going to allow a big finish here on the inside. Just bashing away. It has had a real down-the-line approach on this wave, and we'll need something huge, a big committed turn to finish this thing off if she's going to get the score required. She's after a 7.84.
Well, that's what I mean. We're at the end of a heat, and here we are again thinking that's right there. That's knocking the door. Quality of maneuvers will definitely go. I still feel like Carissa's wave was going to be the highest wave of the heat.
Oh, I think she started brilliantly, Rosie, but then got a little bit too down the line in her approach. There wasn't that commitment, that redirection of the board.
First two maneuvers, so solid, so strong. Here we see the third, just like you said, just down the line, more of a setup check turn to burn some speed as she's looking down the line. She really needs to dig deep on that bottom turn and get more critical if she's looking for that score. That's kind of a flatter turn, just wiggling those fins. So being hypercritical on this wave from Gabriella as we're watching her find some speed down the line. Committed finish from her, though. Like, really well done to hang on to that turn. But Ronnie, it's back to your point. I mean, Carissa is just so good at that forehand wrap as we see Gabriella's definition of that turn. Beautiful slice through the wall of that wave.
I'm so impressed. Just her commitment to those first two sections. Gets some nice rounded carves through that ride, but I think she needed to keep hammering away on those end sections as Carissa gets up, finds some time, starting to really feel it now here in her first heat at Jeffreys Bay. She won the event in 2019 and bringing some of that form to this opening round heat now as she looks to get rid of a 6.33. So every surfer out there in the lineup getting lots of opportunity. Carissa on her fifth ride, and she's going to lose her footing on the inside there.
Everyone's talking about, I went home for 24 hours. That was about the length of it between Brazil and here.
Gabriella Bryan just getting a little desperate now and trying to chase down that 7.01. Takes a wave that's not going to work in her favour, and Carissa
did see, a couple of lines out there. It's really been kind of non-stop waves since the second heat started. Tia having an opportunity here.
Oh, nice hit there from Tia. And she's going to look to line up another big hit. And I guess at this point in the heat, really just getting some confidence up and connecting with a couple of sections is crucial. And Tia manages to do it as she finishes this one off. What a battle between Gabriella Bryan and Carissa Moore. And Carissa just holding the edge with that impressive 8.17. But an amazing way to kick off a campaign here at the Corona Open J-Bay for Gabriella Bryan, the rookie. Impressive scores. Heat score total of 14.17.